Hello, greetings everyone. This is the second experiment in WASN practicals where we will be installing NS2 software in Ubuntu. But firstly, we need to install Ubuntu in our systems. For that, we have two methods. That is, first we can multi-boot our system, that is, use more than one operating system for operating in our system, and second one is using net emulators that will be running on top of the existing operating system like Windows for emulating the Ubuntu operating system. The estimated time to complete this experiment is 2 hours, excluding the time required for installation of Ubuntu in our system and installation of NS2 in Ubuntu. The objective of this experiment is to understand what all steps are required to install NS2 in Ubuntu, and then utilize the installed NS2 for future practical simulation of the nodes related to network simulation in the network simulator tool. The expected outcome of this experiment is that the NS2 software has to be installed properly in Ubuntu, because the compiler requirements of the latest Ubuntu softwares are different from that of the previous generations, and as the versions of Ubuntu progress, NS2 software is not being supported on the latest generations of Ubuntu operating system. So for that we need to make changes in the compiler of the Ubuntu system. These are the various websites that we referred for installing Ubuntu and installing NS2 software in our system. The prior concepts that we will be needing to install Ubuntu and NS2 are C and C++, because unlike in Windows operating system where we right click and install the software, in Ubuntu there are certain line of codes that need to be executed and update the Ubuntu system before installing any software into the system. The new concepts that we will be learning are installation of software in Ubuntu, uh, which requires line of commands to be executed, and updating of the Ubuntu OS, and formats of commands to set up for execution. These are the general formats that need to access a particular directory or set a particular directory or access a particular folder that we will be seeing in the later part of this video. The requirements or tools needed for for installing Ubuntu are a bootable pen drive or CD of Ubuntu. This will be needing if we are installing Ubuntu using the first method, that is using multi-booting our system. If we are using the second option, that is emulator like VMware, we have to download the ISO file from the official Ubuntu website, and we need the PC or the system enabled with internet, because the system will need to get update itself before installing the NS2 software, so internet will be required. We will now see how to download the VMware from from the official website, and download the Ubuntu ISO file for which are the prerequisites for installing the Ubuntu software. So we are going to download the VMware software. We just need to type VMware and we will be directed to their official site. Here we can see VMware workstation player. We need to click on that, and there the it is a free product, free for trial. That product will be downloaded. That product is a cost is costing some money for professional users, but for students we need to only worry about using the free version. So we can download the workstation player by download now, and it will be downloaded into our system. Here the latest version of the VMware workstation is 15.0.4 player for Windows 64-bit operating systems. We need to download this version. Here we have to specify the directory for download and save the file. Here we can see that the file is started downloading. As I have previously downloaded the VMware software, I will not be downloading it again. Now we need to download the Ubuntu software, Ubuntu ISO file for installing in our emulator. So we will visit official Ubuntu website and download the latest version of the Ubuntu file. The latest version of Ubuntu is 18.0.04.2 LTS. We need to check the system requirements before downloading this. If your system is not maintaining with this requirements, then you need to download the previous versions of the Ubuntu. Here we have to click on download. The downloading will start. If your downloading doesn't start, you will have to click on it again. Here we can see the disk image file of the Ubuntu. We have to set the directory for download and click on save. I have previously downloaded the Ubuntu ISO file, so I will be just cancelling it. Here you can see I have downloaded the VMware software. We need to install it in our system. I'll get back to you when the software has been installed completely, because the system is lagging and it is taking time to install the software. So this is the window of VMware Workstation. After installation, we get to see this window. Now we need to create a new virtual machine uh, for installing Ubuntu. So we will click on create new virtual machine, and it will direct us to ask where what will be the type of configuration we want. We will go for typical configuration. Click on next, install. Then we have to install I select the ISO file. It is already selected here, Ubuntu ISO file. If not, then we have to browse for the other ISO files. Here we have selected the Ubuntu ISO file, and then we will click on next, and the software will run the standard procedure for installing the Ubuntu operating system. After loading of the Ubuntu operating system, the virtual machine will ask for settings. I have assigned 3 GB of RAM for the Ubuntu operating system, and 20 GB of hard disk space, and the network adapter that we will be needing for sharing our system's internet connection with the virtual machine. So and all the other configurations are kept default. So after installing, we need to power on this virtual machine. So we'll click on the power on this virtual machine, and VMware will start or boot the Ubuntu operating system. Usually this process takes up to 4 to 5 minutes for booting the OS, Ubuntu OS from the emulator. So I will get back to you when the Ubuntu OS has loaded completely. Now our Ubuntu OS has loaded completely and we need to log in. This is the welcome screen of the Ubuntu OS. We will need to enter the password and sign into the system. So now the Ubuntu OS is booted completely, and this is the interface of the Ubuntu OS. Here we can see a Firefox web browser which we'll be using to browsing the internet. The second is files, where we will be storing our access and accessing our files. This is a terminal which we will be needing to execute commands. This is a text editor which will be required for editing the gedit files, and screenshots for taking the screenshots of the executed command and the outputs of the NS2 software. So here we need to download the NS2 software. For that we need to type in here NS2 download. Here we need to download the latest version of NS2 software, which is 2.35. We will click on this link, and as soon as we click on this link, the site will allow us to directly download the NS2 2.35 version of the software in zip file format. Here we can see the download will start shortly. So we need not to click on any button before or after downloading this NS2 from this site. It will now redirect us to save the zip file into a directory or in location in our system. As I have previously downloaded the NS2 all-in-one file, I will just cancel it, and after after downloading the NS2 2.35 software, it will be zip file. It will be present in the download section. Here, NS all-in-one 2.35 tar.gz. We need to extract this zip folder using extract here, and then we will get this the unzipped version of this folder. Now before directly installing the NS2 software, we need to install certain prerequisites necessary for successful installation of NS2. For that purpose, we need to check our internet connection, whether it is enabled or not first. Then open the terminal, and the first command for the prerequisite is to update the Ubuntu. So for that we have a command sudo apt hyphen get update. Click on enter. As it is a sudo command, the system will ask for a password. We need to enter the password and click on enter button and hit the enter button. The Ubuntu OS will update itself to the latest version available from the official Ubuntu site. I will get back to you when this command is been executed. So after executing the sudo apt update command, we need to execute the second command, that is sudo apt install build essential auto configure auto make library xmu development. So after executing this, we need to downgrade the compiler of that is GCC, which is set to 7.8 in the Ubuntu version of 18.04. So the that compiler is not supported by NS2, so we need to downgrade the uh, C compiler by using the command sudo apt install gcc hyphen 4.8 space g plus plus hyphen 4.8. So this command will downgrade the will open up the gedit file in which we have to make changes from 7.8 to 4.8. I am not able to open the terminal and open the respective files because the system will lag too much. So I am just typing the commands which you will we need to execute for installation of NS2. After this, we need to navigate to the path in which the NS2 software is located. We have that software located in the download section, so we will or in the on the desktop itself. So we need to uh, the redirect our directory to downloads, and after this we need to just install NS2. Before actually installing NS2, we need to uh, exit this terminal and edit the make file, which we make edit gedit file, that is makefile.in. For to edit that file, we have to type in the command gedit makefile.in. So this executing this command will open up text editing file in which you have to uh, edit some commands, edit some line of codes. So that are mentioned in the journal. After editing that file, the line 137 in that file, we need to edit the another file, we can access by typing in the terminal gedit space link state hyphen ls dot h, and when we hit the enter for this command, we will get a text file in which we need to go to the line number 137 and change this erase to this erase, after which the file will be updated and saved. After that, we need to get to the bash rc file. For that, we have the command sudo gedit dot bash rc. This will open the .bash rc file, uh, which is a text editable file, and you need to make changes in that text editable file, which are mentioned in the journal, and and save everything and close all the text files, and then get to terminal. And after getting to terminal, we need to navigate to the NS2 folder. In my case, the NS2 folder is in downloads, so I will go to downloads and simply give the command dot slash install, sorry, not dot slash install, yes, okay. Now I will need to navigate to the folder ns all in one hyphen 2.35. So, and then I will need to execute the command hash dot forward slash install. This will install my NS2, and after successful installation of my NS2 software, it will show a screen which will look like this. After successful completion, we need to type ns, and it should show the percent sign as shown in here. Uh, Also, if we want to check that NAM editor has been installed, so we simply need to type NAM and hit the enter, and the NAM animator file should open using this new editor NAM file. This window should be open. If everything works, your NS2 will be installed successfully. But don't forget to downgrade the compiler from 7.8 to 4.8, as the NS2 does not support the latest compiler. So we can conclude this experiment installation of Ubuntu and the installation of NS2 in Ubuntu by saying that the version of Ubuntu, that is 18.04, does not support direct installation of NS2, because the latest C or C++ compiler, which is 7.8, uh, does not support NS2. The supportable format for NS2 is GCC 4.8. So we first have to install the GCC 4.8 version, and then the NS2 software will be installed successfully. We also need to make changes into some files of the NS2, which are the make file and the link state file. and auto configure the Ubuntu OS so that it can accept NS2 software. Thank you.